Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our first NBC Weekend Review, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 31 locations throughout the greater New Orleans area and beyond. Do your banking at First NBC Bank. Well, Louisville banked on a great coach and a frenetic pace and a never-say-die attitude. They won a national championship. Really well-played game, beating Michigan in Atlanta. I don't think it was a very well-officiated game, Lenny, but this was one of those really good ones.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It's the kind of basketball you like to see, up and down the floor, not a bunch of micromanaging coaches, trying to coach every possession. You just let athletes play, and there were a tremendous amount of athletes on the floor. And even some guys we didn't expect to be a big part of this game turned out to be a big part of this game.
Louisville goes for a clean sweep on Tuesday night in New Orleans Arena, but it's a tall task against UConn, who has to be considered the favorite to win their 8th national championship under Gino Auriemma, which would tie them for first all time.
Yeah, you figure as much. Since Louisville's joined the Big East, they've never beaten UConn. They are over. UConn handled them earlier this year at home in a game that wasn't as close as the score indicated. You've got two guys out there on the two sidelines tonight, and Gino Auriemma and Jeff Walzer. I wrote about it in a story yesterday at sportsnola.com. It's, these two guys really like each other. They're a lot alike, poking fun at each other. Gino, after the game Sunday night, saying that Walz's shirt looked like a tablecloth from an Italian restaurant. It was, a back and forth.
He's right.
Things. Yeah, he's right. He's right. But you know what? You look. Only in basketball, I should say, do coaches wear suits on the sidelines. Okay, what's wrong with being a little casual out there? And that's what he likes to wear. It was great. I had no problem with it at all.
I like the sense of humor. I like that they don't take each other too seriously. And as far as the coat and tie, come on, please. How about just a regular coach's shirt with a school ID on it? Really? So you talk basketball, the Hornets back in action. They're at the Lakers tonight as their road trip continues. They beat Phoenix the other night. So, again, they continue to play hard for Monty Williams, and it looks like the situation with he and Eric Gordon blew over a little bit.
Yeah, and quickly was resolved after the issues on Friday night. He went out and played on Sunday and was a big part of a win. Now, Lakers with a lot to play for, trying to earn the 8th spot. Can the Hornets play spoiler to that? That would be interesting. Remember the game here in New Orleans Arena last month when the Hornets had a 27-point lead and let it get away, and maybe that's on their mind in trying to pay back a little bit, although obviously it's a little bit tougher out in L.A.
Staying on the topic of basketball, LSU figures to be even better next year, and a key component will be returning.
Johnny O'Brien announcing Tuesday afternoon that he will not enter the NBA draft and will return for his junior season. You already got a huge recruiting class coming in. You'll have 4 starters back, assuming all of the returnees come back intact. LSU could be one of those teams that's in the field of 68 next year with that kind of talent.
I would expect they would be, based on what we're talking about and how things turn over so quickly in college basketball. Saints signed Jim Leonard. It looks like this is a guy that's ticketed to be a contributor, probably a reserve, Lenny, but obviously he can play special teams too.
Exactly, and this is the kind of guy that Sean Payton and his staff have gone looking for. High character guys who can contribute on special teams and be a big part of those units. One of the interesting stats that I saw earlier Tuesday is that in the last 5 years, Leonard has missed fewer tackles than Roman Harper and Malcolm Jenkins combined missed in the 2011, or I should say the 2012 season. So guy's a sure tackler when he does get out on the field.
And I know one thing you always look forward to. It's a beast to put together, but we'll roll out our first edition of Hometown Heroes on Wednesday morning, so people will have a chance to check out all their favorite baseball players from all over the state, every tie, high school, college, birthplace, and so forth that we track both in minor league and in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to see what's going on and see what the former players that you watched in high school and in college are now doing in the big leagues. One bit of news earlier this week, Josh Prince, Lake Charles, former Tulane shortstop, going up to the big leagues for the first time with the Milwaukee Brewers, the beneficiary of an injury, Aramis Ramirez on the DL. So he gets a chance. He's one of those guys in the big show. Maybe some others before the year's over. You can keep up with them all summer and spring long at Sports NOLA.
And LSU getting its first #1 ranking this year from a newspaper, the least of the polls, but still very good recognition. And they're number 2 or 3 in all of them. They've got Southern and the Wally Pontiff Junior Classic tonight. Play Southern again Wednesday night. Then a huge weekend series with Arkansas.
Yeah, very big. The next 2 weekends, really. Arkansas and Alabama are tied for second in the SEC West. LSU goes to Arkansas, this weekend to Alabama the following weekend. One interesting point that got brought up tonight, Mason Katz was, I believe, the first one to put it out there, and it's kind of spread around since then. LSU's 30-2 playing in the Wally Pontiff Junior Classic tonight, going for win number 31, Wally's uniform number.
31 always. So we've covered all the sports for you. Hope you enjoyed that, Lenny. Have a good one. We'll talk again tomorrow after the women's championship game.
Yeah, exactly. Preview the weekend.
All right. For Lenny, I'm Kenny, and SportsNoah.com is the place to go all the time for every item in sports you could possibly want to find. Do so. Until next time, thanks for joining us, and God bless.